Hey guys, welcome to another episode of my bike build, and you're watching the KR Moto channel. Hey guys, what's going on? I'm finally able to do a video on this 1,000-pound motorcycle lift that I bought at Harbor Freight, and the wheel chock and the interlocking flooring that I bought from Home Depot. So basically I'm going to get started with the motorcycle lift. I actually paid $399 for this lift. Sometimes it goes on sale, it can be half off, so if you could get a deal for it, or like what I did, 20% off. I think these are normally like $450 or $460 or something like that, but basically this thing has worked really well. Some of the things that I don't like about it that's kind of cheap, some of the welds that they have on here are kind of cheap. I'll show you that later on here in the video. So basically what I did is I installed this wheel chock on there, and I would recommend changing to a different wheel chock. You don't have to get the one that I got, but I bought this one too, along with when I bought the lift at Harbor Freight. I think I paid $29 for this. The hardware, it comes with the hardware, the bolts and everything for the wheel chock in the box. And some of the bolts are a little long, so I had to change them out and make them shorter bolts, because I think what they initiate for this wheel chock to go into is for you to mount it to a floor onto a trailer or something, or to lock it down. So they expect you to go through like a 4x8 or a 2x4 or something on there. So I did shorten the bolts down and got the hardware, a little different hardware for these bolts here for it. But this wheel chock works awesome. This bike will roll up on this lift and stay supported by this wheel chock, but I wouldn't recommend leaving it like that, because it is kind of wobbly, but it will stay upright by itself until you get the straps on there. It comes with these two hooks right here. You can buy more at Harbor Freight for this, for the strap hooks. But basically, this lift will lift up as high as, I think it's 26 something inches. It's a little over 2 feet. I will lift it up for you and you guys can check it out and see. Kind of wobbly, and that's my complaint about it a little bit, but you know, I don't have the $1,000 to spend on a really nice one. If I did, I'd probably buy a nicer one, but man, this thing works perfect for what I'm going to be using it for. And I have looked at it, did a lot of reviews, or looked at a lot of reviews on YouTube with this thing, and I have ran into a couple of people that said that the hydraulic part of it went out, the jack, and they've had to replace it. It's been kind of a hassle to go through Harbor Freight and get just the bottle jack part of it, but it does take normal hydraulic fluid, and I would just check it. It has a couple of zerks on there where you can grease it, or zerks, or whatever you want to call them. But basically, this is how high it lifts up. That's right there. It stops right there. So this balances it out right here on the floor. Basically what I did is I took a level, stuck it on top this way vertical, and then went horizontal and made sure it was level. And you can use those to level that out, and it'll keep it actually from it sliding back and forth. So you're gonna need a truck when you go and pick this up, unless you have it delivered to your house. And I would recommend having a second person with you just to get it out. You can get it in and out of the truck by yourself, but once again, like I said, I'd have an extra hand to help you out with, so you're not by yourself and you don't have an accident. But basically, you can grease her up right there. There's a hydraulic part right there. It lifts it up. You can see some of the welds. I mean, they look like they're barely tacked. A buddy of mine that uses this, Jack here, he's had his for 10 years, or lift. He's had it for 10 years, hasn't had any problems with it. But so far, so good, other than these cheap little screws right here and nuts. I had to replace some of those because they stripped out when I put them in there. They were, I don't know what was going on with them. The threads were really hard to get threaded in there. Some of them stripped out, and I had to replace a couple of those. That's probably the gripe that I have about this. I actually put some grip tape on here. I bought some of this from Home Depot as well. It'll help keep the tire from sliding. I put some on the ramp over here. But basically you can see, I mean, the thing looks really good, and it's for what I need it for. It's gonna work out just fine. And let's see what else. The flooring, that's part of the reason why I bought the flooring. It helps this thing, it keeps it from like rolling and moving around. This thing will, when you go to try to push this thing up on the ramp, I did have it kind of slide on me a little bit. This is actually before I put this flooring in here. So I used a couple of blocks to stop the wheels from moving. So, I mean, you might have to do something with your floor like that, or maybe put something underneath there to keep it from sliding. But yeah, just careful with that. Use caution with it. This bar comes from it. It is a stop. And I would use this all the time when you're leaving it up on the lift. If the hydraulic part of it fails, you have that bar right there to stop it. So, and it will save this as well. So you can just drop this down onto the bar there and just leave it resting there like that on the bar. It just saves the jack. So anyways, moving on to the next thing. I don't know if I mentioned it. Yeah, I think I did pay like roughly, what was it, $3.99 or something for the jack. $29 for this. And then also the flooring. So I purchased the flooring at Home Depot. I've got it right here. It's called the Trafficmaster Utility Interlocking Floor. So you get 6 tiles in a box, and it says it covers 13.5 square feet in the box. You get a 5-year warranty. Nobody's paying me to like put this on YouTube or whatever. I don't do that. So, but basically I'm just showing you what I used. And this is basically garage tiles. So you could go in there and just go to Home Depot and ask them if they got any garage tiles for the interlocking flooring, and this is what you get. I think I did a total of 5 boxes on my part. So, and you can see it, I mean, I got the floor covered pretty well here. I got an extra couple of boxes just in case, but I didn't go too far back this way because my garage floor, it slants. You guys can see this. It kind of slants all the way down in the back, and it kind of lifted up the flooring. I mean, I could probably buy some joint tape and like, you know, tape it down. I want to put a couple more maybe up on each side over there, and then in the front, and then I'll be satisfied. But as far as this goes, man, this stuff did really well. I mean, this isn't moving anywhere. I've taken my little tool stool, as I call it, and it rolls on it fine. Don't want to get you guys too dizzy, but I mean, it doesn't really catch. So I pretty much have been pretty busy trying to get my little shop fixed up the way I want it and everything, but I'll lift this back up and let it drop down so you guys can see that. But like I said, this goes up just a little over, I want to say about 2 feet, over 2 feet at least. I don't think it's quite 2.5 feet, but I mean, you can feel it after you ain't got nothing left on the jack. I just leave this bar up there like that, and it drops down pretty smoothly. And this will lift up to 1,000 pounds. I mean, it's pretty sturdy. It's not, I mean, it ain't King Kong or anything, but I know some of these, they have it, you know, like a lot of the motorcycle shops and stuff, and Ducati and all those places, they probably got better lifts than this, but ones that are, you know, auto lifts, but They have those for sale too, but I don't know how much they are. I haven't done anything, but I can manually jack this thing up. It's not a problem. So obviously you can see that, but basically I just wanted to do a review for you guys on this stuff that I bought. My next video, I'm gonna be doing some apparel. I've been wanting to do it for a while that I got for Christmas. I have been able to ride one time. I did a short video on that. I'm gonna post that. The reason why I haven't did any videos of me riding or have been able to ride is I'm having some problems with my dog. He's he's got really bad separation anxiety. I don't know what's going on with him, and he has tore some stuff up, and so I have had to order him a kennel, and yeah, he did some pretty good damage to the inside. So but anyways, guys, don't forget to give me a like, don't forget to comment, and please subscribe. Thank you for watching and being patient, and we'll talk to you later. Peace.